Good morning. Welcome back or welcome to Yoga with Ciara. It's day 3 of Nourish. So I started writing a list of things that I feel nourish me. It's a really particular kind of sensation in me what nourishes me. What have you noticed? What have you noticed as you think about or wonder about your nourishment in the deep of you? Today is the wave, and we're going to do wing swan diving and then water whooshing. And water whooshing is actually elephant. And then we're going to do spiraling elephant. So we've got loads of loads of space there to do some stuff. So start on your back, and we're going to begin just warming up into the body and then going from there. So great, come, welcome. So lying on your back, your knees are bent, and your feet are flat on the floor. And just land, just arrive in. Notice what is present. What speaks to you right now? What pulls your attention? What are you present to? Often in the whole of you, there's one or two places that have more sensation, and that might be sensations of wellness and wholesomeness, or that might be discomfort. So widen your attention so that you include more. So if it's only discomfort you're feeling, then include the sensations of comfort and wellness. Where are you well right now? Where are you wholesome? Where are you able in this moment in your body? It could be the soles of your feet, the deep of your belly, the touch of your shoulders on the floor, the back of your head. Just notice, where are you well in this moment? Nice. And then from that place of wellness, begin to rock your knees from side to side. And as you rock your knees from side to side, slow things down in your body. I'm going to widen my arms out to the sides, out into a T. And as I rock my knees from side to side, I'm trying to stay connected to the threads of me. So I have a certain amount of tone that is traveling back through the center and then over towards the right and then back through. So instead of it being collapse, drop, I feel like I'm that idea of pulling a thread or spinning wool from the deep of my belly to the left and to the right. And there's a certain amount of consistency that we create as we do this. Come into gliders. So your arms are wide and follow that sense of continuity up into gliders. So if you haven't been here before, gliders is where your left knee travels up in the direction of your right shoulder. Your feet come back to center. And then you drop your knees to the left, and your right knee comes up towards your left shoulder and then back to center. So as you rock the top leg up towards your opposite shoulder, can you follow that thread of continuity from side to side? Slowing the breath down, allowing it to be really smooth and slow. How smooth can you allow your breath to be as you move from gliders and you're deeply connecting the threads of your belly as you move? I can feel them up into my rib cage, my armpits, up into my neck, the back of my neck, the front of my throat. Let's come back to center. You can leave your arms wide or you can bring them long beside you and just begin to roll up and down along your spine. So the first time that you do this, you may feel it's like clunky, chunky, dull, deep sense of your spine. But allow that every time you move, your movement is creating a smoother movement. So movement creates movement. If something's not moving, then make it really small, the gesture, make it really slow, and then really trust that just moving, just connecting does something and frees our bodies up. So traveling up with your hips, slowly, steadily traveling down, and follow that sense of connection. Another way that I used to describe this is move like as if you're moving through honey, so that there's a slow and powerful slight sense of resistance in the air around you as you move. So it's not like air, there is resistance in honey. So you're having to just push your way down rather than fall, and then reach and resist the honey as you rise up. So there's this sense of following the threads of connectivity. Nice. Next time you rise, pause there. Arms can be wherever feels comfortable. Feet are steady on the floor. Squeeze your bum and just lean into the front of your hips, the front of your thighs. How do you let your breath deepen, settle, soften? How smooth can you allow your breath to be? How small can you allow your breath to be? Nice. Lower it all the way down. Walk your feet a tiny bit closer together, and then draw your right knee up towards your chest. Keep your arms long beside you. And then as you lengthen that right leg out, lift your bum a little bit or a lot off the floor, depending on your body, depends on what you do. Draw your right knee up towards you, squeeze it deeply down. My bum is still kind of hovering as I squeeze my knee up towards me. And then long, zoomies. Draw your knee up towards you. Leg goes long, bum lifts a little bit or a lot. Knee up towards you. And long. Nice, one more time. Knee up towards you. My bum is light on the floor. That sense of continuity is here as well. Nice. Foot to the floor, other side. Draw the left knee up towards you. Feel how your bum is getting lighter. Your right foot is already engaging. And then zoomies. And draw your knee up towards you. Zoomies. I love this sense of leaning into the front of my belly as I push my pelvis, my belly upwards. It creates a connectivity, a sense of length in the deep psoas, the deep belly. One more time. Super cool. Bring your foot to the floor, drop your bum down, roll over, and come up to sit. So we're going to look at this idea of wing, swan, dive. Okay. So we're going to do it one-handed first. Okay. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see it. So have your right arm long in front of you, and then turn your thumb so it's pointing downwards, and then pull your right elbow back. So I'm not turning my chest or anything yet. I've just brought the nails of my right fingers to the outside of my eye. So this is wing. Okay. Swan is a similar movement, but it's deeper. Now pull your elbow down towards the back of your hip, and you'll feel wrinkles or crinkles in your back or in the back of your rib cage. I have this sense of the wrinkles of swan. And then dive is where my arm rises up, a bit like swimming, and you dive forward as far out as you can. And I'm going to travel a little bit to the left as I do that, because that engages the back of the right side of my body as I do it. My left hand is pushing into the floor. Wing, you can begin to twist if you like. Swan, pull your elbow deeply down. Dive to the outside of the left foot. The whole time, my hand, the thumb is pointing towards me the whole time. So my baby finger is higher the whole time. Wing, swan, dive. One more time. Wing, swan, dive. Cool, other side. So left hand is forward. Turn your thumb downwards. Bring your left fingers or nails to the outside of your eye. Wing. Swan, pull your elbow down. Feel the wrinkles in your back. Such an awesome feeling. I love that wrinkle feeling. I love it. It's like, yeah, I've got, yum. And then dive. Reach your thumb and your first finger to the outside of the right foot. Nice. Wing, swan, dive, wing, swan, dive. So we can do two-handed. So have both hands forward, turn both thumbs down, and then pull both hands back so that your nails are either side of your eyes. And then swan, pull your elbows deeply down, feel your chest open, that kind of deep itchiness in between my shoulder blades. And then dive. Backs of your hands are coming together as you dive forward. Wing, swan, dive. One more time. Wing, swan, dive. Super cool. So come into your downward dog, and we're going to find a way of coming into wing, swan, dive in a really interesting way. So come into your downward dog. Find your ground. Feet are pulling back, hands are pushing down. And keeping your legs straight, just rock your pelvis from side to side. So I have to do the work not in bending my knees, but in the sides of my waist, the deep of my belly, my rib cage. So I'm just rocking my bum a little bit from side to side. So it's just this sense of rocking. My legs are staying straight the whole time. So I'm not bending my knees to do it. Trousers are falling down. Just find that. I'm always so jealous that people can do their yoga in the morning. Well, this part of their yoga. I've already done my yoga in my pajamas. But all of you guys out there doing your yoga in your pajamas, very sweet. So just keep rocking. Notice how the rock has changed. Is it getting harder to do? Mine gets slower and chunkier because my muscles don't know anymore what to do. They're confused now. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. So, knees to the floor. So to come into the next one, there's different ways we can do that, but the way we're going to do it today is lift your knees up, come into your downward dog, turn your toes towards the right. So my two toes have turned to the right like windscreen wipers, and then bend your knees and drop your left bum to the floor, and you're leaning on your left hand. And my right foot is standing, my left leg is lying on the floor. From here, come into wing. So my fingers are beside the side of my face. Swan, pull your elbow down, and then dive towards where your right hand was on the floor. Wing, swan, dive. If you're finding it too heavy on your left hand, bring your left hand closer to your left hip. Wing, swan, dive. So you can make it a smooth motion, or you can pause in each of the moments. Find that sense of the continuity of the movement. How do you create continuity? So for me, the continuity is feeling my ribs and connecting my ribs as they oscillate from left to right. So I'm creating a little bit of contraction through the belly muscles so that I can feel how my rib cage is traveling. One more time, pull your right elbow down and then left hand back a little bit. So either stay here in swan with your right hand, fingers on the floor on the left, or hold on to your right knee with your left hand and pause there. Really pull deeply down and try and bring your right ear as low to the floor on the right. It's not going to go far, but that's the intention. You're going down on the right. As always, hand on the floor is also awesome, pulling sideways. If you want, you can also lift your left hand up. Nice. Both hands to the floor, push back, downward dog. So I'm always amazed getting emails from all over the world. So yesterday I got an email from across the Hudson in New York. Thomas is doing yoga with us every day there. It's really quite amazing. It's so cool. It blows me away. So cool to have you here, Thomas. He was saying that he wouldn't jump in the Hudson. Not like the way I jump in my river. Cool. So other side. Turn your toes towards the left-hand side. Bend your knees so that your right bum lands on the floor. Your right hand is on the floor. Pull your left hand back into wing, swan, dive. Wing, swan, dive. So find the continuity of movement in your rib cage. What is your rib cage doing? For me, when I pull my elbow into swan, my rib cage is pushed towards the right. When I dive, my rib cage is pushed towards the left. Wing, swan, dive. Wing, swan, dive. Last one. Wing, swan, dive. Nice. Hop your hand a little bit closer. Pull your left hand down as deeply as you can. Imagine that your ear is going to travel with your fingers down into the swan. Stay here, or hold on to your left knee with your right hand and deepen that sense of the side bend. Or reach your right hand up towards the ceiling. So my spine's not changing with any of those actions. I'm still in the same shape, but it just depends on your flexibility or your strength or whatever. Randomly, there could be something on this side where you keep your hand on the floor. Nice. Cool. Push back into your downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle. And just feel out. Can you sense the sides of your ribs? And just rock your bum from side to side, and this time bend your knees. So how do you find continuity of connection here? So what I notice is that often as I travel back through the center, I lose connection because it's a neutral. So in neutral, I lose connection. Whereas in extremes, I am connected. So I'm trying to find connection in neutral. What for you is needed? Or does that resonate with you, that neutral disengagement? How do you create continuity? Traveling one side, traveling the other side. Nice. So walk your fingers forward, or your hands forward, feet forward, whichever way you did. Awesome. Okay, so elephant. So we haven't done elephant so far this month. So standing on your mat, your feet are steady on the floor, and just sweep your right hand across. So your right upper arm is just resting on the corner of your eye. So this is elephant, okay? And then try the other side. Left upper arm is resting near the corner of your eye. And just do that. So with elephant, you can turn your chest towards the side that your chest is naturally moving towards. You can begin to lean and look backwards a little bit. So you look down towards the floor behind you a little bit, maybe. How do you find continuity here? So slow things down. Feel the length of the stretch in one direction. And as you travel back through the center, stay connected, stay connected. And then over towards the other side. Stay connected. I have to slow things down through neutral, through the center to stay connected for me. Nice. So we're going to do spiraling elephant. So sweep your right hand across. And now to do spiraling, you look under your right armpit up towards the ceiling. And then you turn back down towards the floor. And then you drop your arm down. Left arm across. Keep your arm where it is beside your face, but then turn and look towards the ceiling under your armpit. So your chest opens. Look back down towards the floor. Right arm across, spiral upwards towards the ceiling, down. Left arm across, spiral upwards towards the ceiling, and down. Last time each side. Right arm across, spiral. Find continuity. Left arm across, spiral. Cool. So, had a bit of revelation this morning. Water whooshing is elephant. Isn't that so cool? So stand with your feet wide. And so the direction of your knees will depend on your feet, and the direction of your feet will depend on your knees. So just bend your knees a few times and notice, is the angle of your feet in a good way for your knees to bend? So we're all going to be slightly different. For me, I have my toes slightly turned outwards, and that feels really comfortable in my knees to bend. Maybe you need to come narrower. Maybe you need to turn one foot a little bit more out. Just notice that. Okay. So then turn both feet towards the left side a little bit, towards like windscreen wiper towards the left. Bring your left elbow down towards your thigh, and then sweep your right arm up till it touches the side of your face. So elephant, no, not elephant, water whooshing is kind of like this, okay? Come back through the center, both elbows, both knees, and then feet point towards the left, and then elephant towards the right side with your left arm. So just travel so that your arm comes to rest beside the side of your face. I'm looking down as I do this. Sometimes in water whooshing, we begin to arch and look up. Don't yet. So just looking down towards the ground. Elephant. Elephant. It is slightly different, our typical water whooshing and this, but this is really good. Cool. So the next time your right hand travels across, then turn and look under your armpit, trying to look forward and then up towards the ceiling. So we're spiraling in our elephant in water whooshing. Come back to center. Sweep your left hand across. Turn and look under your armpit up towards the ceiling. So your whole chest is spiraling and then down. Whoop. Travel from side to side. Elephant, spiral upwards. Down. Elephant, spiral upwards. Down. Next time you come to whatever side you just traveled to, pause. So you have a sense of leaning into that elbow and spiraling your chest towards the ceiling. Arm is long, you're looking up towards the ceiling, and your long leg is super strong out of your belly. Nice, come down. Other side, and just pause here, spiraling into elephant on the other side. And come all the way down. Nice, come land on your back. Landing on your back. And just pause, hands to your heart. Just let that settle. Let all that land. Breath is deep in your belly. Slow things down. Deepen, connect. Slowly, slowly. Let things pause. Nice. Hands in your heart. Just notice. For me, it's a given that this is nourishment for me. Coming here, turning up, moving, connecting, creating movements together. So from a platform of nourishment now at the end of our class, how does that feel in your body? What does nourishment of this feel like? What's the sense of you right now? Nice to be here, guys. I will see you all tomorrow for day 4. And maybe just notice again, I feel like a dog with a bone. I'm like, nourishment. What is this in my life? How do I do this? What's the skill? I really want more in my life. I want more nourishment. I want more connection, more depth. So bring it on. Nice. See you all tomorrow. Ciao.